Alright, it's another hot Saturday afternoon of ordinarily I would hope to do nothing and have it be everything I imagined, but what are we out here for?
Shelves.
Shelves for?
Garage.
For?
Work.
You know, you're quite a bit more imaginative and descriptive and enthusiastic than this on other things. I'm beginning to second guess this. So, yeah, and it just occurred to me, too, that, you know, stupid cell phone, microphone, probably didn't even hear what you said. So, look, she's just like your typical lazy American, sitting her butt down when there's work to be done.
Well, yeah, because the box isn't even open yet. And
Is it going to open itself?
No, but I was waiting for your say-so.
Go ahead. You might want the tools to cut those straps. So, anyway.
Only my bare hands, Dad.
Alright, well, go for it. Actually, no, this could be hilarity to ensue.
No, it's already getting into my hands. Look.
Let's see. Oh, no. It's a good thing you don't play guitar. Actually, that would be perfect for guitar, right? Get those blisters on your fingers.
It's just ripping the box.
Yeah. So, here, let me move this stuff. Here. It's over here. I don't... that one. You can get these. So anyway, not that that would make the most compelling YouTube video, but to make some progress here, we have purchased my second Edsal. So there's the Edsal on the box, and there's one on the wall there. There's a different story. But some heavy-duty industrial shelving. I've already moved a bunch of crap and clutter out of the way that used to be in the corner there. I moved my OK sign. So that shelving will go directly behind the 88. So once we start ripping apart the front of it, grill, headlights, fenders, etc., I've got somewhere to stack the parts because they're probably going to live there for the next 2 or 3 years or however long it takes to get this thing done. So, you know, that's awesome. I'm glad that you put those away, but on the other hand, if you're like me, you're going to open that box and be like, dang it, I needed those
More
right back.
Dad.
Really? Ooh, a toboggan.
It's a coffin.
So I went with toboggan, and you went with coffin. That says something right there, folks, although I'm not sure what exactly. All right, so looks like we have a fun hour of sorting and building and getting tools. And how heavy is that? Oh, no. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I am going to have to modify this shelf because as shown, it's got the bottom shelf, which, you know, was handy. No problem there, but I've got the 2 bed benches for the aero barge over there, and even though I don't really use them, it's one of those things just not quite ready to get rid of. So I'm going to have to leave that bottom shelf out so we can have the bench underneath. So one small modification shouldn't be that big of a deal. What do you think? About the shelf?
Oh.
Leaving the bottom one out?
I'm glad we're not getting rid of the seats.
Ah, maybe you should put one in your room.
I don't think I have enough space, so I'd have to rearrange again.
Just think, next time you had a sleepover, you just flop the back down and go for it.
It's too small.
The big one, you moron.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you're going on another Kings Island trip on Monday,
Yeah.
but that was when they were going to distribute schedules, right?
We're waiting until, wait. I don't remember when I'm getting it. It's either Monday or Tuesday.
Just think in a couple days you'll find out what you got. Are you excited?
Mm-hmm. And then if I have issues with it, I can try and convince them to let me change my schedule within the next few days.
Well, what kind of issues would you imagine?
I don't know.
What are you hoping to get more, welding or auto shop?
I don't know, because I really, really want to do auto shop, but also it'd be very handy to know how to weld.
Well, take it from me. I've learned and taught and done enough with cars just without having had an auto shop class, but there's one big important thing I don't know how to do, and that's...
Okay, but you haven't seen the CTC Center. There was so many options, Dad.
I know.
I could have gone with engineering, but they were doing stuff like building like solar powered cars, which did win like the fastest thing in state or something, even though it only went like 0.3 miles per hour. But that seemed kind of like I did that kind of stuff with Legos when I was younger, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, like, oh, building these cars that actually work and stuff. Like, no, it is handy to the real world and stuff, but I think I'd rather go with something that I can't do as a little kid, you know?
No, I get it. Fair enough. So, auto shop, welding, those are still very much engineering-minded pursuits, so... They obviously, well, welding especially has application in realized engineering, and auto shop is basically making do with engineering that was already done. On the other hand, as you will see when you follow things like race teams and lemons and other stuff, there's a lot of engineering that goes into play when, crap, it's broken and we can't exactly fix it the way it was meant to be, so how do we get it to work just for now?
You improvise.
Exactly. Engineering is basically improvisation with a lot of foresight, not so much just on the seat of your pants. So anyway, I'll quit recording for now.
Dad,
What?
I really don't like you right now. You're making me want to replan my whole room setup so I can have that stupid bench in there.
Well, you know...
Can I have my own little music corner downstairs somewhere?
What do you mean?
I could move like my keyboard and my guitars and stuff downstairs, and then move my bed.
I don't know. We can maybe talk about those things. But anyway, why don't you... well, I guess you need my help. So I'm going to put this phone down because can't really multitask while I'm holding... Hold the phone! Quit smacking my baller. If that thing falls out or extends...
I ran into it and then
because... Yeah, well, you know, one thing I've never really been good at is tying knots. So that thing's liable to be lower than it was, and then
That's why you should have been a Boy Scout.
Stop it. Well, you know, yeah, that's why I didn't hang the foam donut there, because I knew you would try to eat it.
You were gonna use my donut for that?
Beverly gave it to me.
Oh, you mean the one? You don't mean the one that I made.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll quit wasting everyone's time here. We'll
No, we won't.
Well, no, we won't. But hey, no one's forcing them to watch, right? But I'm gonna put
Those
this.
people in the comment section that are gonna be like, "Oh, you spent so much time talking about a shelf." Well, you spent so much time watching us talk about a shelf.
Well, you know what? Joke's on us, because I don't know that anyone's watched yet. So, anyway, I'll put this down. We'll start building this, and hopefully, next update will either be something on fire or something standing in the corner.
About.
Well,
Unless we can make s'mores.
yeah, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't hope for a fire, but it'll be pretty compelling. Anyway, we'll follow up when it's done. Any crazy words of advice? Don't walk into baseballs hanging off the ceiling.
Don't accidentally order Diablo burritos.
All right. Well, we have a secret weapon for that. Maybe we could talk about that later. Good advice, though. We'll see you later. All right. We have made some progress here. Why are you taking a nap?
Are my eyes closed?
It may as well be. That's a pretty good talent to have, is to sleep with your eyes open.
I remember once in 2nd grade, we were taking an ASP trip to the pool during summer, and one of the counselors, the summer camp counselors, sitting next to Armand. And then she started freaking out halfway there because Armand fell asleep with his eyes open and it scared the crap out of her.
That's funny. Alright, so why don't you explain the issue that we've discovered with this shelf? Well, you probably have to come out, right, to demonstrate?
Why?
I'm sorry to diffuse your comfort. Alright.
No, I'm doing it. Okay. So we have these support beams right here that connect to hold up the shelf and to, like, you know, support weight issues and whatnot. So the whole premise is you know, bolt it to the cross side beams.
Yep.
And you do that on each side. But they had no way of supporting the top as well.
Yep. Let me take that demo screw out.
Yeah, Dad, you're spoiling it.
Well, here, hold the camera, since... Alright, there we go. I needed to see if I had the equipment to...
So, if you put weight down, it will just bend and kind of defeats the purpose of having it here at all. Because, you know, it's just going to make it break. So, what Dad was hunting for was a screw that would go through this hole, hold it up, and still not get in the way of the shelf, cross shelf, because it's not like a straight flat shelf. It has crosses and stuff and you don't want it to get in the way and make it uneven. See, right over there.
Yep. Yeah, so she did a pretty good job explaining that, as Spotify threw advertising spam right when we decided to record.
Dad, if you bought me Spotify Premium, we wouldn't have that.
Well, anyway, on that note, since the ads are going, let me pause this and wait. So, okay, that's weird. Didn't know they had a pause thing on the video. Alright, so yeah, you know, this is only the finest grade Chinesium. Actually, the company that made it is Chicago based. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. And yeah, this is funny. You've got Edsal Manufacturing Company, South Packers Avenue in Chicago. I should have known that was a trap, because, you know, what kind of self-respecting company in Chicago would even want to associate with the Packers? But anyhow, it doesn't say anywhere that I've seen made in USA or made in China. Haven't made from, no, that's the box. So anyway, the potential issue, aside from another loud song kicking in, so of course this thing's got modular assembly, and you've got some cross beams or braces, tie beams anyway, that are supposed to slip in there. And, you know, a lot of times what manufacturers do is, yeah, this is probably not the only shelving system that company makes. So they seek economies of scale. You know, hey, how many times can we reuse the same part so we don't have to do custom jigs and custom bends and custom forms for every different size or whatever. I mean, that just makes sense. It's cheaper to make the pieces. It's easier to keep track of them and stock them when, instead of having 20 different ones to keep track of, maybe you only have 10. So the instructions actually say, for the tie channel, it only says to screw it into the bottom of the beam, figure 2 there, and it illustrates one screw and one nut. But as we determined, and Bethany earlier described, when you build it that way, if you attach it at the bottom, of course your load is going to be at the top, and if it's especially heavy, you may compromise the structure. But oddly enough, there are some holes there. Focus. There we go. There are some holes there, as if they omitted that part of the instructions, or just leave everything to chance. But I'm gonna have to go, and I had some hardware lying around to do that. Not enough for this, but when you tie it together, it's not going to bend anywhere, so we'll have to go and get some more of those just to make this thing sturdy, because the last thing I want to do is put who knows what on there and have it all come crashing down. But other than that, seems nice and solid, sturdy. I don't really have any reservations aside from just this weird, I don't know if I'd call it a design flaw or whatever. Maybe I should send this video to the company and say, fix your crap. But anyway.
Yeah,
what?
Way to get more stuff, we can go to the yard sales.
Maybe. It's getting a little bit, it's 4:30, so actually kind of bypass the extreme heat of the day. Yeah, maybe we can. I don't know. I'd like to get this finished first. Take a shower. But anyway, I'm gonna stop recording for now. Show me something, and then we'll stop.
I have the glasses burn line.
A nerd tan line.
Yeah, it's not as bad as our drum major though. Every time we're outside, he wears these sunglasses. And yesterday during sectionals, he came in and played because he's a saxophone. And he has raccoon eyes and little strips where his sunglasses were, except it's a tan and not a burn, and I think that makes it worse.
That's funny. Alright, well, such is the sacrifice that your heroic drum major has to make, right?
So we can run goofily through our pregame set?
Someone's got to do it.
I'd do it.
Well, I know you would, but there's no such thing as a sax major, is there?
Hey, he is a sax. I just said that.
Oh, you said drum. I must have misheard. Anyway.
No, he's the drum major, but he plays saxophone.
How is that?
Do you not know what drum majors are?
I always thought they were the head of the drum line to set the rhythm.
No,
and...
we have 2 drum majors every year.
Shows you what I know. Unfortunately, I never did marching band. Okay.
They conduct marching band. They act like a teacher during marching band.
No, I get that part, but I thought that was just something that was inducted out of the drum line.
No, the drum line has their own section leader, and that would be Mark.
Okay, well that makes sense. See? The student becomes the teacher because the teacher was an idiot. But anyway. Alright, we'll pick this up next time, hopefully when we're done. Say bye.
Bye.
Alright, so there's a bit more shade, but that means it's what, 6 o'clock? When did we start? Like 3? 2:30ish, something like that? I don't know, it was late, but
3:40.
no, it was before then. But anyway, the shelf is complete. Awesome. So, what do you think about it?
The manufacturers need to get their crap together.
Maybe. Maybe we're just dumb and didn't understand the directions, but yeah, they could have been a little clearer. But, seems like a solid product. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Seems like a solid product. I mean, you know, despite the foibles with the tie braces, or tie channels as they call them, these short spans, the weld seems solid, the brackets fit well, it's tight. It's, even without that bottom shelf there, you know, that's a calculated risk, but, you know, I've got enough stuff wedged underneath there for clearance sake that it would almost self-support to some extent. I've got that exposed leg kind of shielded by the other benches, so the only way that's going to come down is if somebody accidentally on purpose decided to really wail on that thing and, you know, make it bend. But aside from that, I think it's in pretty decent shape. I don't really have any explicit complaints. I wonder if I should have turned it around and had that angled piece going the other way. But so what do you think? Now, look, did you see?
Yeah, there's nothing on the hood.
On the what?
Hood. Not the hood, the roof.
Yes. Nothing on the hooded roof, as she would say. So, alrighty. So here's why you're going to need to learn to weld. Down there.
Yeah.
See all that that big hole? That should be solid. So we'll get into more of the foibles of attempting this repair as a part. Well, what do you think the next step should be?
Get the stuff away from around it.
Well, most of that's gonna, I mean, the bike and stuff can move when we're working, but here, go lift the hood. So, Yes, we heard more things falling off just from opening the hood.
Did you not see the shower of rust that came down?
I heard it. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll have to take the header panel, headlights, grill, bumper, fenders. Fenders will go up top of the new shelf. The other parts will store wherever they can fit. Because in order to get access to this, everything else has to come out. So it's a long, interesting job ahead, but it'll be fun. And as I've told other folks, it may amount to just nothing but futility, like, yeah, it can't be fixed, but if you're going to learn to tear apart a car, you may as well start with one you almost can't make any worse, right?
Right.
Alright, so anyway, shelf is in place. She'll find out what her schedule is in a couple of days. Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah, something like that. It's hot. I can't speak anymore.
It's not that hot.
It's not, but I'm not as acclimated to the heat as I used to be, even just a few years ago. I know. Well, you're also less than half my age, so shut it. Yeah, actually, you're a third. Oh, damn. You're literally 1/3 of my age. Whoops. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to hear it. It is kind of nice. A lot of clutter has already disappeared, put in its place, so I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of crap over there, but we won't discuss that.
I don't know why I'm tired.
Yeah, and you're making fun of me for being overheated?
I had a week of band camp. You did not.
Yeah, but I had a week of actual work.
You sit in an office all day.
You know what? And that's actually been scientifically proven to be worse for the human body than, doing the type of things that you do. So, shut up and go pull the Lincoln in the garage. Oh, dang. See? This is live real-time bluff calling here.
Bluff calling? Calling whose bluff? Yours or mine?
Well, I was just seeing if you would actually do it, but...
Yeah, I would.
But you're not because...
I don't want to get in trouble.
Fear. Yeah, probably best not to have such a thing be caught on camera. So, the car will be put in the garage by somebody, and
Not I.
oh, well, dang it! You were supposed to leave him in suspense. Come on.
I ruined it, didn't I?
Yes, you did. All right.
Time to go live in the shelf.
All right. Well.
That's how sturdy it is.
Yes, let's. But if you're going to be the typical bashful young lady, you won't describe how much load you're adding to that shelf.
120 pounds. There.
Maybe. Thereabouts. Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, so you're not going to get up there?
No.
Why not?
I'm afraid it's gonna break.
Oh, what?
Because
Get up.
I stepped on the seat and it fell.
Well, no, the seat did because it's got the round clips that aren't exactly secure on the floor. I told you that. We've discussed that.
Well, yes, but it's still scary, Dad.
Well. Just remember to step on those braces. Don't knock my sign off the wall.
I didn't touch your sign.
I heard a thunk.
That was me against the wall.
Uh-huh. We'll review the tape later.
I don't know how to get down.
Well, lay on it.
No.
I mean, I'm sure it's not comfortable, but hey, you put it together. So if you don't have confidence in your own workmanship,
you put it together too.
well, but I would blame you for that part. So that's how this works. That's why you have help, so you have someone else to blame.
I don't know how to get down.
Just get down like you got up. Here.
I don't trust that. I felt it bend because I wasn't.
Yeah, well, okay, because, yeah, that's exactly not what that was, not exactly what that was designed for, but you'll figure it out. Hey, no, like you had, now, another.
I want to jump, but I don't trust that.
Jump. There. All right. There we go. It supports at least a middle teen, high school freshman girl. So, all right, that's enough nonsense for now. What's your advice for this sign off?
Paint a nice, lovely landscape, and then you'll feel happy.
Pay what?
Paint.
Paint? Ah, well, where are you going to do that?
I don't know. Just paint like your drawers or something.
Okay, fair enough. All right, folks, till next time, this is the idiot and his daughter.
Who's also an idiot.
What, you're GT. Don't talk about yourself like that.
I'm a tiny idiot. Ooh, is this a cherry stem?